Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me. This is Alex of Coyote Astrology, and this is my video for the new moon in Taurus coming in on May 7th, 2024, which is a Tuesday if you're on Pacific Standard Time. However, you'll want to adjust for your current location on the planet as that time and date may change for you. And I gotta be honest, this is a beautiful chart. I think that this new moon has some really lovely energy that comes at the perfect time as we integrate, recover, and shake off the insanity that was the astrology for April 2024. I think that that was one of the most intense astrological months I have ever reported on since becoming an astrologer. And we're still in it a little bit, but things are definitely slowing down. Things are slowing down. They're sort of falling into place. And this new moon is where we start to feel a sense of hope and positivity come back. I think that we also start to sort of know what to do with all of the new that is presenting itself. It almost feels like a new moon where we're getting our sea legs and we're adjusting to these new horizons. However, I am getting this video out a little bit early. Let's see, let's bring up the current chart. So I'm getting this out on the 2nd on Pacific Standard Time. I'm still in Indonesia, so I'm a day ahead of you guys. But things are a little different here on the 2nd because Mercury just went direct at 15 degrees and is still barely moving. It'll be moving a little faster on the new moon. And when a planet has been retrograde and does what's called stations direct, meaning it went direct, there's a period of time where that planet just hasn't really started walking yet, and not a whole lot is happening when a planet is standing still. So, but he's getting there, and every day it's moving a little bit faster. So, in other words, starting now, beginning of May, things are going to start to make sense. They're going to start to find their final resting place. We're going to start to get more and more clarity as every day goes by. And we are integrating a lot. We had 2 recent eclipses. Jupiter and Uranus made their conjunction, of course. We had a Mercury retrograde, and not only a Mercury retrograde, but Mercury retrograde at the North Node, which means this retrograde was requiring each one of us to really reconsider a lot of major things moving forward. I mean, big things like life direction things. Where am I going? What am I doing? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to be this? What is actually going on with this relationship? So many people spent April in that space. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction may have brought in a lot of unexpected change for people, depending on how that was hitting their chart. This could have been positive, where they could have reawakened or awakened to some new perspective that had them shifting their life in some way, or the more chaotic side of that conjunction could have come through, and they could have experienced sudden, spontaneous external factors shifting that, of course, can be dysregulating and in some cases really stress-inducing. So I think that there is a big spectrum of how people are feeling out there. Whether you're feeling the positive side of all of this change or if it has been difficult, either way, we are in a place of integration at this time. We're getting used to this sort of like, it's like the new frontier on the other side of all of that. And this new moon coming into that now, this new moon is your friend. I want to start by saying that. And we start to feel new moons and full moons, for that matter, a few days before they actually come in. So it's the 2nd now. I would say, like, I'm probably going to get this out today. I would say the following day On the 3rd, that's when these energies will start to really come in, and we can really look forward to these energies because ultimately, many of the aspects in this chart are extremely positive. So let's take a look at them. So first things first, the new moon is here at a very interesting placement because you can see that the new moon has a lot of friends. This is a lot of Taurus energy, which is nice because Taurus is concerned with stability. It's a fixed earth sign that is rock solid in its constitution, what it's looking for. It really wants things to feel grounded. So there is this sense of grounding and productivity that comes in with this new moon. We see that Venus is next to the new moon, which brings in new beginnings around finances and material security, as well as, of course, relationships. And another really interesting aspect of this new moon is the close proximity to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which is still very much underway, as we can see here. Yes, the exact conjunction already happened last month, but I definitely want to drive home the point in this video that we are still under the influence of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction now as I put out this video, and still a little bit during this new moon, and we'll still be feeling it for about the next week and a half until these two finally start to break apart. So perspectives are still shifting. We can still be having downloads, upgrades, unexpected realizations. That energy is very much still in the air, although it is decreasing as we go throughout May. But this new moon is a part of that. And this new moon is wanting to start a new cycle within these upgrades. So this is what I really love about this new moon is this is a fresh start or a step forward that's essentially saying, okay, what do you want to do with these innovative new outlooks that you've been gathering over the last several weeks? What are you going to do productively with all of this change that's occurring within you? And maybe most importantly, what do you want to manifest when it comes to abundance, material prosperity, and healthy new relationships? Relationships may have gone through quite the evolution this year in general, but particularly over the last couple of months. We may be approaching relationships in a new way with new perspectives. So this is a new moon that is also wanting you to put a new foot forward in those areas as well. The ruler of the new moon, Venus, we see only more positivity here when we see that Venus in Taurus is making a positive aspect known as a sextile to Saturn. Saturn and Venus love to be in positive aspect to one another. Venus also loves to be in her home sign of Taurus, so she's very happy right now. She feels supported by Saturn over here that's ready to make a commitment. So again, we see very supportive and stabilizing aspects when it comes to new ventures financially and within matters of the heart. We see that Mercury is completing its post shadow in Aries near the North Node. So again, people have been really pushed to their limit in a lot of ways because anything around the North Node is requiring us to really grow, and it's also requiring us to leave outdated aspects of our journey behind. So there's been a real need for people to release and to settle out within themselves about where they're actually at. There's been this insane need for honesty, radical honesty, which is not always easy because sometimes we like to tell ourselves little stories to stay in situations out of comfort. Stories are being sort of obliterated right now. It's really a time for the unveiling of what is actually there and then the courage to step into it. So I would say that this new moon it feels really healthy energetically for what our body and soul probably needs right now. I think that this is an amazing new moon to really get into your ceremony and ritual around anything that it is you're wanting to build that is going to bring a lasting sense of stability, love, and health to your life. So anything around money or a new aspect of your business, cultivating some sense of abundance, or cultivating really healthy relationships that are built around beautiful values, perhaps as a result of all of the change and reflecting that you've been doing over the last several weeks. All right, let's look at the tarot card associated with this new moon. Very interesting card. We are looking at the Six of Pentacles for the second decan of Taurus. And this, to me, this card really reminds us of the spirit of abundance, because I don't think that our relationship to abundance need reflect our actual bank account at all. You guys know that I'm a huge teacher and student of quantum creating and abundance mindset. I teach that in my quantum creating community. And the spirit of abundance is the practice of maintaining a sense of gratitude, knowing that we will always have our needs taken care of when we are in alignment with our mission and our purpose. And this is a card that to me really reminds us of that. And this is a card about giving, receiving, and generosity. We see this guy that is dressed in robes, suggesting wealth or royalty, and he's handing out money to beggars. So this is a card that comes with a sense of altruism. And I think that that's really interesting when we come back to the chart and we see that the new moon in Taurus is conjunct the planet Uranus. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about humanitarianism. So it's very interesting that this card, even though, and this new moon for that matter, even though it's in Taurus, which is about money, it's also bringing in this sense of, sure, money, but money that is in alignment with this altruistic sense of service. And that's what I think makes this new moon further really special, is it's like, let's revolutionize our relationship with finances. That's what this new moon really says to me. So if you've been struggling financially, even if that's just with stressing about finances, I talk about this with my clients a lot. It really doesn't matter how much money you have. People stress about money even when they have tons of it. You know what I mean? Scarcity mindset, especially with Taurus energies, is a thing. It's part of the lessons and karma that can come with Taurus, is that sometimes the more we have, the more we fear of losing it. Some people are perfectly happy with not very much. So this can be a new moon where we are simply fine-tuning, reestablishing, and reorienting our health related to mindset around finances. And Uranus, Uranus is when anything is really possible. We're in the realms of innovation, and there is a sense of off-planet magic that comes with Uranus, meaning we're not really even dealing with the laws and regulations of the 3D anymore. Uranus is where we get quite magical, innovative, and where we can have big shifts in our timeline if we allow the innovative, disruptive element of Uranus to come in and sort of give us like a chiropractic adjustment that can kind of like, think of a chiropractic adjustment. It's kind of scary, right? Like you get these like big cracks in your bones and you're kind of like, that's like Uranus. It's kind of intense and it's jarring, but once the shock factor is over, we're kind of like, oh, actually, this is exactly where I need to be. This new moon is inviting the excitement of that of like, let's think outside the box here. Let's try something we've never tried, and let's get our desire for material prosperity in alignment with our soul in a way that feels good. So coming back to the card, this card really bolsters and supports that sentiment. This is a card about, yes, having abundance, but if we do have abundance, getting in the mindset of how to be of service and give energy Some of you may be thinking, I don't have any money to give, and that's fine. It can be about how to best disperse your energy and efforts and orient them to being of service. So yeah, I think that this new moon is about switching gears and grounding in to what it is that we want to create within this new energy that is laced and designed with the beauty of Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so there's this sense of reconnecting with the aesthetics of the life we want to create, which I am in my quantum creating community. We talk about this a lot. I'm a huge, huge fan of vision boarding. I think vision boarding is so magical. And if you don't have a printer and you want to just do it on Pinterest on your phone, it is just as powerful. Let me tell you, I do it all the time. And it's surprising how much connecting with that aesthetic visualization of what it is, the life you want to be living, can really help your ability to manifest that. But yes, you guys, I think that this new moon is exactly what we've been wanting. It is really refreshing. We should start to feel it come in soon. I hope you guys have this new moon come in like a warm blanket to kind of soothe you, but also energize you and excite you around everything that is possible following these upgrades. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and a share. I am available for readings at this time. You can reach out to me at coyotestarastrology.com. I also have a fair amount of astrology courses available on my website that you can check out for purchase. I'm also on Instagram at Earth2Coyote, and I'm putting that information up on the screen. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.